Okay, welcome back to uh, Blender, Intro to Blender. So now we'll be working on episode 2, where I'll recap how to add primitives if you missed the last episode or you might have forgotten. And then I'll show you edit mode, which is a mode where you can go into more detail with your primitives. You can like cut into them. You can just make more of nothing basically. It's I'll just show you. So adding primitives again. So this is your default scene, like always. Let's delete the default cube by pressing X and then this delete button. And so now Shift A will bring up the add menu, or you can go up to this button up top and you can go to mesh, and here's the primitives. All these meshes are primitives. And let's just add back, I'm just gonna add back in the cube to show you edit mode. So now it's edit mode, it's just it's nice and just helpful and it's really nice to just like get into there and make all that detail. So now, so to go into edit mode, you just press tab and it will automatically open edit mode. And now, or you can either go up to this button that says object mode, it's a drop down menu, and click edit mode. And so now edit mode, see, now in edit mode, there's an orange tint around your cube. And so these dots over here, right there, those are vertices. Okay, they're the little dots that make up every model. Okay, and two of these vertices make an edge right there. And four of those edges make a face. And so to select the vertex, all you have to do is click on the little dot with this, and up in the left hand corner there's a little button that's right now selected blue because it's automatically on vertice select mode. And so now you can move it by pressing G, the move button. You can move it freely, or you can also, there's also the two other buttons, edge select mode, which lets you select edges or two vertices at a time, or this face select mode, which lets you select the 4 vertices, or four vertices or in 4 edges. And so in edit mode now, let's go over these these extra buttons. So up top, there's the move, the rotate, the scale, and this transform button. Okay, which we went over last episode, except the transform, which transform is basically all of those combined in this little thing. So yeah, but so just now in all the modes there's this annotation. It's a pen where you can draw like in 3D. So like this, so you can, it's nice and good for planning out what you want to draw. Alright, and like what you want to like actually do. So now let's start with the extrude region. Okay, it's this one button, the first one in the third section. Okay, it looks like it has like a little green hat on, I'd say. And when you click on it, there's this little plus sign. It lets you go and extrude the region, which extruding is basically adding more faces and pushing the thing up basically, and like it brings out more like stuff. So like you can add more geometry by extruding the region like this. And so the keybind for extruding is E. So with E, you can go extrude it, and like with the move, rotate, and scale tool, you can also do it specifically on the Z-axis, the X-axis, or the Y-axis. Okay? So now let's go over to inset faces. So you see how there's just one face in this face. Okay, like what if you want to have another face inside that face? Like yeah. Okay, so like you can have like an outline maybe. So you can go. So with this inset face bar, it brings up this little yellow thing again, and with it you can hold it down. Or yeah, you hold it down and or you bring it down and it'll do the inset face. Okay, now the keybind for this is I. So if you do I, it's like the other ones, but insetting. And with this inset, it's really nice for you to just go bring something in, and like you can make this nice little geometry of multiple tiling structures with it. Yeah. And now let's go with bevel. Beveling is really nice. Okay. So when you bevel, it makes these nice little, like it makes it rounded. Okay. It's just a nice rounded. It makes the faces rounded. Okay. And now let's go with. Alright, and now next, it's a loop cut. Loop cuts are so helpful, okay? Like, the loop cutting and extruding, they're one of the helpful ones, like so helpful, okay? And so with loop cutting, it said in its name, it cuts edges straight down wherever you want it to go, just down in a circle. See, this goes all the way around, and so with these, you can move. So all you have to do is click on where you want, and it'll show this yellow line. That's the outline of where the loop cut's gonna go. So you click, and then when you click, it's gonna turn orange, and that's the loop cut that you've made. But before you let go of it, you can move the loop cut side to side, or wherever you want to move it closer to an edge, farther from it, and whatever. Go. And then also up top, okay, there's this little scroll bar with like where you can insert a number and it'll cut the exact amount of numbers you have. See, so like I'll just cut right here. See how it shows I have only one, but up here it says I'm gonna be cutting 5. Okay, so when I click, it cuts 5. Okay, but another helpful and this also is for beveling too. Beveling can have multiple segments, which I'll show you now. See, let's go with 5 segments, and I go bevel. That's 5 segments. Yeah. So now, and then the shortcut for loop cut is Control R. Okay, and with Control R, okay, if you use Control R, you don't need to go up here to this segment bar to go insert more segments. All you have to do is scroll your mouse wheel and it'll add the more segments for you or less. And you don't need to hold down your mouse. Okay, it'll just follow your mouse wherever. But if you want directly in the center, all you have to do is right click to get back into the center. Okay. See? Alright, so now let's go with knives. Okay, so the knife tool. This one I wouldn't recommend using, but I know some people like to use it. And all it does is you can use it to cut geometry with it. Okay, and it hooks back up. And when you finish, press enter, and it'll create a face out of it. Okay, I don't like it because it creates this bad topology where like you see how most faces are made out of four edges. This one's made out of all these extra edges. Okay, and to me, and for a lot of people, it's just annoying to have that. And plus, the computer takes more time to render this in this multiple edges. Okay, so and if you're gonna import this into like Unity for games, okay, like Unity, it triangulates it. So these squares would turn into 4. So there will be an edge right down the middle to create 2 triangles. This one, it's going to be harder to create triangles. Alright, see? So that's why you don't want to really use a knife tool, in my opinion. But the shortcut is K, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's K. So yeah, I don't really use it, so I don't really know it. But next is polybuild. Alright, and yeah, I don't really know what polybuild does, 'cause I don't really use it. But yeah. Alright, and then let's go with smooth. Smooth is a nice one. It smooths stuff out. See, like, yeah. And okay, and yeah, that's all we're gonna be going over. But so the thing is though, with each of these, ones, there's a lot of them have drop downs. So if you look, there's this little arrow right by right by a lot of these, like extrude. There's a little arrow, which means that there's more options. So if you go hold down, click, okay, and it shows all these different options which you can play around with. Okay, but also if you just want to go see the names and like everything, all you have to do is drag out this box. So yeah, and so that's edit mode for you. And so what I'm gonna go have us do for the next episode, we can go build a nice little house. Okay, yeah. So why don't we build a house or a building or something? Yeah, like how about like something to live in? Okay, or you can build whatever you want. Just try and use the edge edit mode instead of using multiple polygons. Okay, and that's gonna be the end of Thunder Video episode 2. I'll see you next time, people. Bye.